Boy, does that look good sitting in the driveway.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I shaved the mustache off. I was just messing around. A bunch of people did say I should keep it, rock it, do it. No, really, 2 years ago I had a mustache for like 2 days and my beard grows back so quick that yeah, it was more of a pain to deal with. So we might keep it fresh because it is summertime. It's like 80 something degrees today. Freaking sweating. Really wish I had AC in this old girl, but next one we'll have AC in. So we will have more R models in our life, but not at this moment. But I'm gonna leave the trailer right here. Batteries were dead. I'm gonna run to Napa at some point. They do have one more belt, so we can put all three, and then we gotta get some spares ordered just to have it. But the Napa belts seem much better than the Mac belts. And I don't know if the Mac belts were old stock and they were just deteriorating, but got it unattached. Today's Friday, so you guys have a generalization Friday the 14th maybe. I don't even know, my phone's in. But got the trailer sitting here still because the battery is dead. I was gonna pull it forward. I'm gonna leave it. Maybe today, this afternoon, this evening, I'll get around to messing around unloading some stuff. But let's go hook up to the Landau. Pretty much forgot that that shaft was broken for the landing gear, so we should probably get that while we go to town. I see they're out there. Must be spreading. No, that guy's organic. I don't know what he's doing over there. Not sure. I'm sure he's over here creeping on me, figuring out what I'm doing. He's got a set of 5 bottom plows. Yep, he's gonna plow that up, that strip. Okay, we hooked on. That was more of a struggle than it should be. What have you been doing today? Did you get a new ball last night at Larry's? And now it's runs around the house and it squeaks. You got any ticks on you? No, you've been good. You've been really good. How's your eye? Everybody wants to know on your eye. You looking good? You look great. So I gotta get this unchained. The only struggles I'm gonna have is that winch is freaking heavy. So I'm not really sure. I can guide the wheels around, but we might be hooking onto that and just pulling it off. So, but let me get on everything unstrapped. We'll go from there. I already realized the first thing I forgot about last year. If you were watching videos last year, I had an issue with the steering. Was it last year or the year before? Year before. I had an issue with the steering and I was working on it, and somebody who I previously farmed with ran into the plows while I was working on them. I forgot that this shaft is bent inside, so we're gonna have to take that apart and see exactly what they did. They grabbed that wheel with the discs, and oh yeah, it was, my life flashed before my eyes, but forgot about that. So that's gonna, if we're gonna do as many acres as I think we're gonna do, we should do some digging on that. Tires off the rim, they always do. I have a spare. We got to set up both. We've got to put some tire jet in both, and hopefully they'll be good for the year. We do have a bunch of new, I think we have everything to rebuild it, because this is actually getting pretty close on a lot of stuff. It's all in the boxes in there. So Zach Olson, he actually lined me up with that plow out of Connecticut at Baracchio's. Greg. So yeah, I like it. It fits this very well, but I'm gonna get over there and see if I can get hooked onto it. Take the chain off. When we're plowing, I usually do take the drawbar out too, but we're gonna do a little bit of adjustment. This thing needs a wash too, but we got a lot of stuff to wash down. We got a lot of stuff to do. The more I'm working on things, the more I realize how much I got. Ended up taking the blade off real easy by itself, so we just gotta find a way to put it out, or by myself. But took it off. We'll leave the frame on it, and we just got to undo the hoses because we need all 3 to run this. But look at that, we're like right there. We just got to go down a little bit more, and as it goes down, the chains will get tight in the back. We'll loosen them up, that way we don't have any issues of it flipping over or falling off. Thank God. Really glad that I got that quick hitch on here. Oh, you can see start scuffing it. That's usually not good, but they put this down so that the forklift could get up and down it. Adam did that. Let's pick it up, hopefully not drop it off, and get it right off. It is off, it's looking good. It took me a minute to see where that wheel was, but I'm glad I hooked it up. It used to have the steering cylinder so it would follow with you. We gotta get the O-rings for these gaskets, so for the SCVs, but yeah, it's off. I'm glad I did set it up that I can steer it from the cab, because then you can walk it around corners and do things like that. But a lot to do. Got to grease it, run through it, check what we need to do for plow points. As far as this not starting, I was thinking maybe a battery's bad, but the batteries are good. This 24 volt circuit is also, well, it was new a year ago. Yep. It's not putting it across the batteries. So I only got 10 volts here, and it's not putting any voltage back into these batteries, so that's why it's like that. I don't know if we, but well, we'll have to look up that. I'm gonna run get those belts. I don't know what he's barking at my truck, but I'm gonna go run get that belt, and then I'll feel comfortable. Don't have to go into town at all tomorrow. Plus it's hot and I'm hungry. I was gonna make something to eat, but when we come back, we'll mess around with both this. We'll put the belts on that. Tomorrow night probably, or Sunday, we'll pull that pump off. We're gonna just fix the oil leak and probably keep running it. I don't know what my work schedule is this week yet at all. Came into Cobleskill to get a few things for that Landau, the belts. They actually had 2 belts, so we got a spare, and we'll throw the other one on. Went a little grocery shopping. As you see, I got my hair cut, so we don't look as homeless any longer. So I was passing by, and I had to wait for the post office to open back up at 2, and I said, well, let me see. And sure enough, 2:30 they had a haircut appointment, so I said, might as well do that and be done coming into town for a few days. So we'll get out of here. I never in all my life ever got a haircut in Cobleskill, which is kind of surprising, but I went home pretty much every weekend, so I just got my haircut back at home. But now home is well, right up the next town up. So I went to Cobleskill for 4 years, so a lot of memory here, especially on Main Street. But we'll get going down the road. I did wash the truck some. It really needs some foam and a good scrub. Memory lane right here. Yeah. We did a lot of burnouts in that parking lot. I mean, just hung out there. But pretty much most houses here. That house, the next 4 on the right or left, the one on the right. Yeah. Lived in a few, partied in the rest of them. It was a good time. Right on campus. That was my original apartment that I lived in after. First year you had to live on campus unless you were considered a commuter, which was like 60 miles or less. Yeah. Riding around, had to go check some things out. Yeah, I'm excited about some of the things. I keep learning stuff at this property. But Napa did have 2 belts, like I said. Keith, I gotta get these shelves figured out. I wish there wasn't a burning ban right now because it is so dry and some things have been on fire, because there's a lot of junk, just wasted, just stuff that's laying around that I do not and will not ever need, that I would love to get rid of. But gotta hit up Kyle, my buddy. I guess we went to college together with. You're a local, but he's got a dumpster business and well, trash business and whatnot, and get an actual dumpster over here. Granted, I can go to the town dump, but they're only open on Saturdays, I believe. And if you're farming, you're busy, relying on going to the dump is real challenging. But boy, does that look good sitting in the driveway. Big fan of it. You ain't going swimming. This has not gotten unloaded. Yeah, haircut was good. So he took a little more off than I figured I usually do, but honestly, my hair grows fast. It looks even less than on the camera, but let's throw that belt on. Yeah. It just needs one more belt so it stops squeaking when you aggressively rev it, which, you know, the Mac's got so much power. But I got doors open here. Tomorrow should be the day where we get to actually have some good lights in here. And like I said before in the videos, people are like, why don't you just change the light bulbs, blah, blah, blah. Well, I got 8 of those lights and I want it really nice in here because filming in the dark is not so much fun, especially for you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna be pumped when we have all the lights, and then we get some exterior lights, and then we have more outlets than just that one and this one. And this one's a little makeshift, like it comes out and hangs out here. Like somebody thought about that after. But so this Morton building, I learn more and more about the property every day pretty much. This Morton building was actually built in like the 90s. And I guess it was one of the first Mortons around. This floor was put in by the previous actual farmer. And like I said, we want to keep going with the floor. The Hazard boys asked me, am I ever going to put a ceiling in? I said, I don't think so. I bet if we wash those sunlights, those clear ones, they'd probably be in a better place. I might do that. If they bring a man lift tomorrow, we might get up there and just clean those off. I take it they are. They're pretty... I'm excited to see them. The plan is tomorrow, so we'll see. I know they're busy. Okay, belts are on. That should be good. They didn't have the 24 volt series switch, which I figured that. But what we'll do is we'll get one ordered. Really jumping, it's really not that bad. It does start when it's sitting around because I think the other batteries are charged way up. Like if it sits for like 10, 15 minutes. But on to our next problem. If you guys remembered, our jacks, the handle, the cross shaft broke right off. It's really hard to jack this thing up, and it did settle like 5 to 6 inches. So I had to climb underneath with a bottle jack it up, turn the handles with the pipe wrench. But here's where we're at. Yeah, it just broke off. Got tired. These things are heavy, so plus we can grease it. So took this front panel off that protects the salt in road running from getting built up on all the hoses, that's a good idea. I like that. So I just wish, I don't know if that was a Landau thing, or Adam, did you add that? I would figure that's got to be, no, the way that's cut out looks like it was added. So maybe Adam, right in the comments, did you add that? So Adam, who I bought this off of, who works at the place, manages the fleet, yeah, hooked me up quite a bit with all the knowledge on this. So we'll just take this off, and we got a new pipe. We got to cut it and make it into what we want it to be, and then we'll put the cover back on. We'll grease all this. I didn't even think about the grease fittings on this side, but sure, I could have ordered another one of these. Same exact thing, but honestly, they rot out and they become junk. And this trailer is heavy. We got to weigh it at some point. Thought I had a big spot of grease. Somebody's like, you need to be more hygienic. I work with my hands. It's the life I live. But, yeah, I could have ordered another one of the same exact things, but what we did, we got a galvanized piece of pipe, so it should be good forever. And I also didn't realize that this is a 2-speed jack. I always thought it was just a 1-speed. So I gotta pull it out. And then we got the slow speed, so when you're loaded and it's gotta go up like this morning, you pull that out and you'd be good to go. So this handle comes right off, unclip, put it in the box, but we'll get this greased. I'll button this up, and I'm gonna show you guys something that I found today that I'm pretty excited about, honestly. So we'll have to just put the chains away so they're all away, and at some point in the near future, we're gonna unload everything else. I gotta figure out where I'm putting them. Both my pickup and this, absolutely covered in mosquitoes. Yep, they're out. So, yeah, got a lot of cleaning to do on the front. The windshield's nasty, but let me go show you what I got. I'm excited for this. So, I got these junk tires. We're gonna make the best of them. That's not what, well, look at them. But, if you look under the junk tires, this is a cement pad. It's got some cracks in it, so stuff has grown up, so we just really got to scrape it down and then just stay after it. But they were using, the tires are meant for covering the pit that was here. So they had a wall, or dirt walls, that they put plastic on, as you can see. And then they actually, I figured this was going to be like dirt, maybe some stone dust, maybe some millings, but it's actually cement. So it's pretty sweet because I can park, once I clean this up, get these trees out of the way, probably trim that tree because it's awkward when a tree falls on your stuff that you parked on a cement pad. Trim that up a little bit, clean up these tires. I can park 3 trailers wide, still have some spot in front of it, and it's so much nicer putting trailers and stuff on cement because stuff doesn't grow up around it. So like this trailer, when I went to hook up to it, as I said, it was like 5 inches lower because it had sunk into the dirt. That will not happen when it's sitting on this pad. So I'm pretty excited. Like I said before, there's feed in the silo. I climbed up it would be the left from here, and that had, it felt like it was halfway full. The previous farmer who was here two and a half years ago, he said the right side one is corn and it should have 10 foot in it, which I haven't climbed up that one, but 10 foot in that silo. And I think the left side's a 20 or 22, or so there is quite a lot of feed there. But at some point they use this as a pad as well. So yeah, and I was thinking about using this. It's a little too big for what feed I'm gonna chop. So maybe at some point we'll put dividers in it and build the walls and make it nice, or we'll just use it as a parking pad. It's away, it's out of the front. It makes it convenient. We could clear this up a little bit and make it so I can turn around. I backed all the way up from there, turn around in here, not have to run into the hayfield and back in. But I'm gonna drop this load with pull the truck out front, and it's getting later in the day. It's Friday, it's nice. And slide that back in. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Good work, guys. You going the right way? Yeah. So at some point we'll get these last pieces taken off. Yeah, I'm in the works of getting a loader tractor, and people are like, well, why haven't you bought one? Well, I put in for an application for a loan for both operating, a seasonal operating loan and a long-term operating loan. So a tractor, a mower, stuff like that. So that should be finalized, and then I can go tractor shopping. I got some in mind, but I'm not jumping the gun. So Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. That is so much nicer. I'm pumped that this. I kept riding past it, and finally I pulled in today on the bike, and very happy. And somebody previously, I called this hog fencing. They said no, that's concrete grading or something like that. People who raise hogs and whatnot, they call it hog fencing, and people use them for cattle in front of the actual huts, calf huts, as the fencing. So I don't know how far back this goes, but we got a little, yeah, it goes right to here. You can see it drop off right here. So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited for this, actually. Hell, if I did it right, I could probably fit 4 across here, but yeah. We got the red trailer to go get. We still got the other manure trailer. We could put the dump trailer out here. Hell, I could put my gooseneck out here. Every day I do more exploring. I find more cool stuff out on the property. So we haven't gone in the woods. We haven't started farming yet, but we're getting close. We're getting real close. We got the plows off the trailer. That's a plus. Maybe, just maybe, we might put them in the ground the next video. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.